Shadow, I looked around, searched every building and home that I found. I saw no shadow, but felt the glow. The warmth inside me, it kept me afloat. It felt like heaven, it found my bones and gave me comfort when I feel alone. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend to 23. She left her body and hovered above me. Best friend to 23. I heard the heavens crying above me. They gained an angel, I lost a friend. I felt like dying again and again. I went through hell, stared at death, but I keep fighting with each living breath. I saw no way out from where I stood. Felt like the fire had burned me through. Now you're gone, I'm alone. I guess it's time to get better. Through the pain, I will go alone. If I fall, break my bones, I will scream even louder. 'Cause I'm not dying alone. I lost my best friend.
Tonight, featuring Vote Meme Today versus TalonFire. Both these teams. Are we good now? Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Owlet tournament. I'm your host and play-by-play caster, Reignbow. We've got an absolutely exciting match for you tonight, featuring Vote Meme Today versus TalonFire. Joining me in the commentary booth tonight is Bowsy. How are you doing tonight, Bowsy?
I'm doing all right, Reignbow. Apart from Boston losing in the Overwatch League, that was the only big negative thing today. But regardless, we have a very exciting match here in Minors between Vote Meme Today and TalonFire, as you mentioned.
Yeah, I mean, TalonFire recently overtook Vote Meme Today last Sunday, so TalonFire is now in 4th with VMT at 5th, so these teams are really neck and neck right now, so I'm expecting a very interesting game coming out here.
Yeah, absolutely. These two teams could be those middle of the road teams that we're still looking for. Of course, TalonFire, they did happen to take a loss last week to Velocity Force. So obviously they're still trying to recover from that. But other than that, I feel like TalonFire is a very strong move they can make here against VoteMeme today. But of course, VoteMeme today, they still have a lot of chances as well. I'm pretty sure, from what I heard, their match against Hyperion last week was extremely close. So I mean, despite it being a 3-0 scoreline, they said it was a very close match. So there is a lot of like potential here from both of these teams, and this could go either way.
Yeah, for sure. I'm super excited to see how this game is going to go. My Overwatch did just go to a completely white screen, so we'll hope that gets worked out. But
Tech issues across the board here, ladies and gentlemen.
yeah. Okay, now it's sorted. I figured out. Sorry about that, but yeah, no, I mean, this is going to be really close. And keep in mind that the 5th place spot is the cutoff for playoffs. So neither of these teams, especially VMT, wants to lose because, the more they lose, the more that one of those lower teams has a chance to take their slot and take their playoff spot. So these teams do have a lot of the line right on the edge here. So they will be fighting their hearts out.
Absolutely. Both of these teams, obviously, the more wins you can get, the more safe you are from hitting that playoff cutoff line. It's going to really come down to see which one of these teams wants to stay above that line the most. Of course, both of them might want to stay on above that line, but we're going to see which one overpowers above the other.
Yeah, so, I mean, let's talk a bit about what we have going on in these teams. So I don't know a whole lot about some of these strategies we've been seeing. You might know a bit more about, like, what these teams have been running.
I mean, the only team I feel like I know more about in terms of compositions is TalonFire. We haven't seen a lot of VoteMeme today in terms of streams or scrims. You might know a little bit more about VMT than I do. TalonFire, of course, they like to stick with running a Roadhog in their compositions. Daz, he's shown to have a very high ping and a very good Roadhog. So it's really, that's basically their bread and butter composition, but they will not be feared to switch on to Winston Diva Dive if they ever need to. VoteMeme today, I don't know if you have any information on them, but regardless, it might be a different outcome compared to the others.
Yeah, I do. If I remember correctly, Jackson Moon, their main tank, has a pretty well-rounded hero pool. I saw him play some Winston. I do believe he can do some Hog and Rhine as well. Obviously, Hog Zari is the kind of key comp we've been seeing, but with some double bubble. So I think that VMT seems to be pretty well sorted for that. I think one of the biggest things that they'll have to be thinking about coming to this game is their mental, because they did just go 0-6 last week. So they may not be in the best place, mentally after those losses, but hopefully they can kind of recover here with a win, or at the very least, a really close game.
Yeah, absolutely. The match could go either way, and I don't know if it's official or not, but right now the map pick from the side of VMT is Ilios. I don't know if this is what they're going to be running when the game actually starts up, but that's what they've had for the past few minutes.
I do believe so.
Yep, Ilios will be their map pick. So it's probably a very interesting strat here because Ilios is very good for Roadhog compositions. If you are TalonFire, you like that a lot. You can get a lot of value on the Roadhog. We did just see Overwatch League start running Roadhog this week in the playoffs. And on Ilios, Roadhog is run on some of those points and has been able to do really well. So it's going to be interesting to see what these teams come out with when they come out.
Yeah, I'm interested because I haven't caught a lot of Overwatch League matches. It's not really my thing, but can you tell us a bit more about what we've been seeing there? Because that's going to end up translating a lot into what we see overall, just because people, they go off of what they see on Owl a lot of the time.
Absolutely. I've been watching a lot of Overwatch League this weekend, mostly because I've been rooting for the Boston Uprising because I have to. But regardless of that, you know what I mean? But pretty much, we've been in Overwatch League, there has been a lot of Roadhog. Roadhog has been the definitive hero that's been seen in almost every sort of situation. Most teams try to run Roadhog like as their main tank or their flex tank. Then complementing him is usually a Zarya or, surprisingly, Diva, which I feel like is very interesting to point out. Diva obviously can be really good in the flex tank position for protection, Most teams, whenever they run the Zarya, they usually go strictly aggro for a brawl composition. Or if you're the Washington Justice, you are running strictly Hog Zarya and having Decay pop off on the Zarya and ruin my entire bracket run because I forgot he was on the Washington Justice. Pain.
But yeah, it's good to hear about a bit of Diva, because I know some people who are elated to hear that. But we are going to be actually getting started here on Ilios, starting off with Ruins. Pretty well known for some of those sniper comps, especially Widow here. So I'm excited to see that maybe come out from our teams.
Yeah, absolutely. Dark Ember has shown a lot on that Widowmaker, and I do not know much about the Vote Meme Today crew, but I can tell you, Offensive did win the deathmatch that we were playing before we ended up coming into this lobby, so something tells me he might be able to get a very strong performance here.
Yes. That was just with VMT, but yeah, no, he's definitely a really good DPS. I heard they were gonna maybe be missing their DPS tonight, but they did get it all sorted out, so both their main DPS, Offensive and Deja, are here tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we look at the comps for both sides, we do see on the side of TalonFire, they're right now running that strictly dive with the Winston Diva. On the side of Vote Meme Today, it's looking similar, but except they're running APAC dive with Winston Zarya. A Junkrat in play here for Vote Meme Today, which is pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to be curious to see how these DPS end up facing off. Along with the varying support compositions, really the only thing that is similar between these two teams is the Winston. And there's a pause. What a great start.
What a great start. The good news is no one has really dove in or done anything like impactful. Yeah. I could see the players are trying to put in their positioning. It looks like we do have a problem on the side of TalonFire, according to Dark Ember, but it might just be anyone's internet connection. Of course, we know Daz, he is a very high ping player. He's playing probably a 200 ping with 30 FPS, probably on a trackpad, I don't know. But regardless, it's either him or it might be E-Girl, because I'm pretty sure E-Girl actually does play in Denmark. So maybe the ping is hitting him. But regardless, someone's obviously having internet problems, and we do have instant pause on, which is sort of awkward, or someone else is lagging maybe on the side of
yeah, no, I think someone went ahead and paused it. Yeah, I don't know, because there was no actual disconnect.
Yeah, it might actually be on the side of VMT because they happen to be the lobby owners here, so most likely VMT has someone who happens to have a bad connection, so they might just happen to pause and not tell anyone they were going to be pausing.
Yeah, we will be getting right back into it here, though, thankfully.
Yep, absolutely, we are going to be getting right back into it, and we're going to see what happens here. After 4 seconds, we're going to see who makes the first dive and what the first dive will be.
Yeah, we have a bit of a false start, but these teams are squaring up to go in, looking each other down, looking for that first dive, looking for those picks. The point is now open. And we do look like we see TalonFire go in. Jackson Moon is going to be going down on the Winston. So a good start coming out here from Talon. Taken takes down Deja, but offensive fires back onto Taken. The point is going to be going to TalonFire. Daz is asleep in the back hallway there. And the kills are kind of going both sides, but it looks like TalonFire is coming out on top right now.
Yeah, it's going to be close. Erish does fall there, so that might mean TalonFire might be able to get a little bit of
yep.
Already got the
Taken
point.
doing really well on that Ashe. Jackson was there to kind of fight and contest a little bit, but he is going to be jumping out, and they're going to be looking at this next fight now.
Yeah, I think the big thing that's going to be happening here is Kingler, of course, they do have their coalescence online, but at the same time, they only have, like, very little healed. I'm pretty sure a third of Moira's healing pod is on Kingler right now, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Vote Meme Today decide to push into this, especially with that low healing on the Moira. And as we can see, Daz is actually spotted out. They are going to be able to pick them off easily.
Yeah, very
push in.
Looked very out of position there. At least they were able to push him into that position. And Offensive getting a nice pick, along with Deja getting a nice pick. So great job from the DPS and chasing down that Winston. This will be a fight going to BMT, unless TalonFire pulls off something amazing. But I highly doubt that's going to happen. I think the point is going to be switching over as soon as they just clear out the few remaining players. Ooh, Daz is coming back into contest with an anti. He is going to be going down very quickly, and the point will get flipped. Ended with 60% there for TalonFire. But yeah, it is now over to BMT.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams react to this next push. As you can see on the side of TalonFire, they will have both support ults, which can definitely help. But on the side of VMT, you have almost every ult up. The only two ults you're missing are Infrasight, which Deja Vu is still trying to click the heads, and Kingler, who's probably just used the Coalescence in that last fight. Bob
we're going to be seeing Bob get thrown in. Is a good start to the fight. Dark Ember getting the kill onto Deja, removing some of the pressure that the Widow has, getting kill onto Arish, removing that healing, and the picks are really just going to TalonFire here. The Grav Dragons does get thrown down, but is only going to get taken. The fight is really just going for TalonFire right now, especially with the res onto the one pick. Throwing in that combo and really not getting a lot of value for it over on VMT. It's not looking great for them moving forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Great job by E-Girl there to be able to save the beat for that Grab Dragon, just so that TalonFire pretty much was negating that entire ult combo. TalonFire will be coming into the next fight with both tank ults online. On the side of VMT, they do have, well, one person dead on the enemy team, as well as the Primal and Nano, so there is a lot of hope here for TalonFire, for VMT to push in.
Yep, it was a good pick. The bomb getting thrown off, but it was into a bubble, so not getting anything out of that for Holden, who threw that down. 93 seconds, they need to be making their way to the point over there on VMT. You know, they aren't really at a disadvantage right now, and they're looking pretty good. The Nano is onto Zarya. Another Dragon's coming out. They are getting these picks here, and it's looking pretty good for them. They do need to continue cleaning up the fight, taking out Taken, taking out Holden. And there is still Daz in the backline. The point will be flipping, and Daz is trying to make a run for it, but does get taken out by Deja Vu.
Yeah, absolutely, but if you're TalonFire, you're pretty happy about that. Now, if you look on the side of VMT, their ult bank is pretty much deposited in full. The only ult they're going to have is Deja Vu's Infrasight, which they use alongside Dark Embers. So, really, TalonFire, they might have a little bit of advantage. Taken Wallet is halfway to the Bob. Angel Witch is close to the Valk, and a good pickoff from Dark Embers onto Deja Vu. This is TalonFire's time to push in.
Yeah, taking out that Widow, it gives you so much advantage, and you had the advantage in the fight with the, Infrasight up, and they're trying to get that progress on the point. VMT is there to contest it, though. It is Jackson going to be going down to Holden on that point. VMT is still holding out as strongly as they can, but it's just pick after pick for TalonFire. They're slowly getting worn down. They did get the feedback onto Holden and the kill there to follow it up. The point did get swapped over, and right now no one is touching. Moira is going to be tapping that point there real quick, but it's going to be falling to the anti-nade. Jackson coming back onto the point. Arish is going down there, but Jackson is going to be dying to the sleep dart, and the first point here on Ilios is going to be going to TalonFire.
I guess you can call that an eternal sleep that Jackson's going to be in for a while. Maybe a little sleeping beauty story there, but regardless, really good job there by TalonFire to engage. And I also like how Daz's main priority when they started that was to go straight for Arish on the Ana in the backline. Daz went straight for Arish, and that had the entirety of a team today go straight to help Arish. As now we head over to Ilios well, and already Daz has switched over to his signature Roadhog. Of course, Roadhog, a very valuable pick. No changes here from the side of VMT, which is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah, and real quick, I do have some breaking news from my reporter on the field, King. MSBY is up 1-0 on Hyperion right now.
My goodness.
Yeah, that's interesting. Anyway, let's get into the current match, but I had to share that.
Yep,
you are going to be getting...
they are going to be running Wrecking Ball and a Roadhog here on the side of TalonFire. Voltmune today, they're going to be keeping on with this APAC dive as Holden is slept in the back line.
Yeah, just trying to catch him out and take care of him. But we see just kind of abilities getting thrown down, and the hook from Daz is going to be able to take out offensive there. So why the Roadhog is so good. Kind of poking back and forth right now. Still trying to get those kills, and Keyframe is going to get the kill into Angel Witch. Holden is once again slept. It's a pretty easy target to hit there. Keyframe is going to be going to the hole. Daz is doing a good job on this Roadhog, improving why he is so valuable right now. It's just those hooks can get a lot of value with no shields really going. Dark Ember getting the kill into Arish in the back line. And it looks like VMT is just going to be retreating from this point, as TalonFire did get the cap in there.
Yeah, if Overwatch League has taught me anything, is that running dive against Roadhog is very hard to do in terms of success rate. Hog obviously can hook anyone out of position, and that includes Monkey diving your backline, or the Zarya baiting out some of those bubbles. So it's very hard to play a Winston into a Roadhog, and TalonFire making very good usage of it right now.
Yeah, they're trying to put some damage in, but right now the damage is going to VMT, and a boop kill, not a boop kill, just the damage coming through from that onto Kingler, but Keyframe and Deja are bringing it back, getting those kills for VMT. They are currently up 1 right now, and just looking to get that next kill.
Yeah, but they're
Looking
not
for the
willing to
dive.
engage. I feel it maybe that BNT is a little scared of Daz's Roadhog, or they're waiting. Yeah, they're probably waiting for Kingler to come back so they have a full 6.
Yeah,
But at the
I mean,
same
rightfully
time,
so. Ooh, Jackson with the nano wasn't able to jump out of the pit. Deja does get 1 kill onto E-Girl with the tire, but the Deadeye gets reflected back onto offensive, and Angel Witch gets the rest onto E-Girl. And so Dark Ember is just going to be kind of popping off with this play right now, getting a kill along with Daz getting a kill. And yeah, TalonFire is just looking much more dominant here on Well. They were looking good on Ruins, but right now it's just looking a bit devastating here.
I think the big contributor there to that Winston in the pit was E-Girl, I believe, sleeping Jackson Moon when he got the nano. So Jackson just slept his way to an untimely death. Holden does get the E-Girl check on the offensive. Yep, that is very
they do
bad
have
here
the
for BNT.
BMT does have the coalescence function. Jackson gets the boop kill onto E-Girl with the jump, and Kingler getting kill onto Holden. Jackson getting another kill here onto Dark Ember. And it's looking really good, and the point is going to be swapping over. You know, Jackson just doing a really good job with that Winston, I think getting 4 kills in that fight. So, you know, good job from the main tank there.
Yeah, absolutely. E-Girl ended up falling straight into the pit, and Jackson was just able to help and prosper off of that kill. But regardless, on the side of TalonFire, that Valkyrie can mean a lot. It can help damage with the team and help keep everyone up. And on the side of VoteMeme today, all you have is a Riptire, which, if it can get a valuable pickoff like Daz or Holden, then maybe you'll be fine. But it's going to depend on how much value they can get out of it. Holden dying early is not a good thing here for TalonFire, but they still have a lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, going down to the Baptiste, we do see Jackson get pulled in, and the Immortality SBUs, they're all really, really low right now, and Deja does get killed, I think, canceling him out of his tire there. And so right now, TalonFire is still looking really good, especially pulling out the whole hog, trying to get some pushes into the hole. Not getting anything, Jackson does go down, and the window is out, but they're not really able to get a lot of value off it. Looks like Coalescence is going to get dropped, but so are the Mines and Bob coming out from TalonFire, really looking to retake this right here. And it looks like they're going to be doing just that. Although there's a slight bit of contest, the Bob is getting 2 kills on both the DPS for VMT. But Jackson is still contesting this as long as he possibly can. The blade is going to be getting thrown down, able to take out Keyframe. I guess it was a bit more taken. Jackson does go down as well, so it looks like this will be going over to TalonFire. I don't think anyone can touch here, and so we will be seeing Ilios going to TalonFire here on the first map.
Absolutely, TalonFire just able to take advantage of the metas that they may happen to do better at. They were better on that Roadhog, they were better on that Winston. Great job there from TalonFire to be able to take the advantage of VoteMeme today. VoteMeme today did have some strong points, but at the end of the day, they just weren't able to bring it all together. I will say, ouch, because of that play of the game from Dark Ember being able to deflect the Deadeye from offensive. But other than that, there were some coming on the side of VoteMeme today, so TalonFire needed to make quick work of them, and they pretty much did with that Bob, so great work there from TalonFire.
Yeah, it is a good job from them. I'm curious to ask you, what do we need to be seeing from VMT to see them bring it back in this next map?
VMT, I feel like they're not going as aggressive as they really should be, even on this APAC dive. They seem scared right now of TalonFire and Daz's Roadhog. Again, Roadhog is just a fat DPS player. That's all you really need to think about. Try to anti him. Try to get him out of position. If Daz is out of position and not being pocketed by the rest of his team, you're pretty much fine. So it's really going to come down to if VMT is able to force the TalonFire into a position that they feel uncomfortable in. Of course, VMT will get the next map pick, which I believe is going to be, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe it is Escort or Hybrid?
It is Escort.
Escort, that is new.
Yes.
Yes,
Says Havana, Dorado, or Watchpoint Gibraltar. So I was able to talk with Dark Ember a bit before on the Nest. You should go watch the VOD if you didn't get a chance to watch it live. But we did have Dark Ember on there, and apparently they had some issues with Havana, but they seem to have worked on them, or at least he claims that they've improved there. So I think that might be something interesting if Havana does end up getting picked. Also, just while we are sitting here, I'd like to announce some of the kind of matches that have happened. Velocity University getting a 3-1 win over Dice Rolls. Okay, that honestly surprising me as I was reading it. I didn't really process it before. Honesty getting the 3-0 over Bandicoots. Crusaders getting a 3-0 over Commitment. So two at least mildly surprising scores there. So some interesting stuff happening in Majors Division. I've yet to check in on Minors. But yeah.
I mean, if you're saying MSBY is already one map up over Hyperion, and you know everything's going to be interesting. MSBY, of course, we saw them last. I believe our last match we casted together, or was our second to last match, Kraken Skulls versus MSBY, and MSBY ended up taking the win over Kraken Skulls, and they said it was because that King had a very interesting speech planned after before the Kraken Skulls game, which was something that their old coach used to do a lot. So maybe that speech is giving them so much like help.
I mean, I heard they're pretty inspirational. King promised me personally they were going to win against Hyperion. So, right now I've trusted him. But I can tell you something else surprising. Not as surprising as some of the other ones, but still a bit shocking. Road Warriors, who has previously won a single map, has 3-0 to Kraken Skulls.
Okay, that's actually pretty interesting.
Who we saw put up a decent fight up against MSBY, who is currently one up on Hyperion. Everything's a bit topsy-turvy right now. So,
I think this is what happens when Overwatch League finally reveals the meta. Everything's going to be everything's going to be going wrong. But speaking of things going wrong, this won't be going wrong. VMT is decided to choose Dorado for their escort coming into this next map. We haven't seen any swaps on either side yet, but we'll see what VMT is deciding to run.
Yeah, so what are some of your thoughts on Dorado? I personally hate all escort maps, so I'll just kind of defer to you on your thoughts here.
Dorado is a very, peculiar map. I remember I played with TalonFire before in their scrims and whatnot when I had to fill in or for tryouts. And they tried to run Hug Diva on the first point of Dorado. I probably may or may not have played the Diva and did not know what I was doing, and just got destroyed first point. But regardless, this may be a sort of idea that VMT is trying to use to get rid of TalonFire's Hog. But again, TalonFire could whip out anything and be able to win here. So it's going to be interesting to see what they do. And it's going to be interesting to see if there are any swaps in. Again, there have been no swaps on either side yet, according to what I've been seeing.
And there are a couple players in the wing, so do not count out any swaps later.
There is one player in the wing for TalonFire and two players in the wing for VMT, so it's going to be interesting to see if they make any swaps and what swaps they will be making later on. But yeah, overall, we've been seeing a very interesting match so far with VMT and TalonFire. Of course, TalonFire did get the advantage, but we'll see if VMT are able to bring it back.
Yeah, we are going to be seeing the sides swapped. So TalonFire will be on the left, VMT on the right, because TalonFire is going to start by defending.
This means that our production staff has to go through the pain of having to swap all the colors. We apologize for the production staff, and we are sorry that this had to happen to you. But yeah, it's a little rough here for the production. But regardless, it seems interesting how TalonFire are willing to defend first. It probably says that they're probably more confident on their defense than they are on their attack. So
I mean,
we're gonna have to see.
I see a lot of teams prefer that defense because then you know exactly how far you need to go on your attack. It's something I generally prefer, even though I do like doing that attack, and I like the attack tends to give me more confidence, but I also like having an exact goal to get to, as opposed to it's like, oh, well, you push, you're like, oh, we made to second point, that's pretty good, and then the other team just steamrolls, and you're like, oh, that's not good. Yeah, but if the team steamrolls you, you have a better goal to achieve. So it's kind of easier to push yourself to where you need to actually be.
Yep, we are seeing a little bit of a wait here just because VMT have to sort out everything with the lobby. They had to set up all the names, and of course, because apparently you can't transfer over the owner name and then be able to switch the names of the teams, they had to swap the
Yes, it is a giant pet peeve of mine. I've had issues with it in the past.
it would be so simple if they would actually work out all the kinks of everything in this game. But like, nope.
Yeah, it
Reaper
is.
is still scuffed. This is scuffed. Everything's scuffed. At this rate, we're gonna see 2 Roadhogs on the field at the same time somehow.
I mean, speaking of which, though, there's the experimental changes that came through, which I think is going to be interesting, to say the very least.
All is dead. Torb Hammer meta.
Dude, Torb being meta, I'll take it. I still love Torb simply for the OP combination that is the Grav and Molten Core. Was it you that called it like Hot Ball or something?
I called it Hot Grav.
Hot Grav.
Yeah.
It's just it's funny in its simplicity.
Another idea for it is Space Volcano, but apparently Hot Grav was probably a little bit better.
I like Molten Grav. I think it's a bit more
Molten Grav,
spicy.
Hot Grav, Space Volcano, whatever you want to call it. But anyway, we are getting started here on Dorado, of course. Both Meme today will be on the attack first, and no swaps on either side, of course, or at least from what I've seen. So it's going to be interesting to see here what the plan is for TalonFire and Boat Meme today. We're about to see the comps here in 3 seconds, so we're able to see what they're running. On the side of TalonFire, pretty interesting. They are not running the Roadhog, they are going with a dive composition with Dark Ember on the Echo, which we have not seen a lot of Echo ever in.
Yeah, not really. It's been a while, and it's very few and far between. Occasionally seeing it. Actually, I just realized Lijiang Tower is not in the map pool. I do just in general see it on Lijiang Tower, but
yeah, Lijiang Tower you do see a lot of Echo, probably because it's very strong. Not in Overwatch League, however, but regardless of that, it's gonna be interesting to see what they run here. Boat Meme today, I doubt that Deja is gonna be coming out on the Bastion. Nope, that is not.
Yeah.
Deja switches over to the Pharah, and they're gonna be running the Far Mercy pocket here with an APAC dive. So we'll have to see what the response from TalonFire is.
Yeah, strangely enough, the team named Vote Meme today does like to meme around in the spawn room sometimes. But yeah, so we are going to be seeing the initial poke coming through, just lobbing some shots back and forth at each other. We did see Daz in the backline there, taking while getting the first pick onto Deja Vu, immediately getting rezzed up there by Arish, but Taken Wallet then getting a kill onto Arish. So Taken Wallet is not a fan of Far Mercies, it seems. And once them absolutely obliterated, Dark Ember is going to be taking out Kingler there, and it's going to be VMT just going back to the spawn room. They are missing both their supports, and you just kind of reset here.
Yeah, and we're actually going to be seeing Deja switch off of the Pharah over to the Junkrat, so obviously they are not willing to run a Far Mercy composition into this, and actually now that I said that, Deja has actually switched over to the Tracer. So again, not willing to run a Far Mercy into Taken Wallet, and Arish is also switching off from the Mercy to the BAP. So it's going to be interesting to see here what the response is as Offensive falls very early out of spawn by Ebro.
Yeah, VMT seems to be struggling here a little bit just to get out of the spawn room. They really, I think, need to just kind of get a pick somewhere because, and they just got onto Daz. Because even that initial pick, okay, maybe not when it's followed up by a 2K from Dark Ember. They did get the kill into Taken Wallet, which won't be rezzed by Angel Witch. And without that DPS pressure, if they can just pull back and regroup quickly enough and then make an aggressive push, you know, they can get some value off of that pick.
Yeah, you might as well call the girl the Sandman right now because he has been sleeping all of the DPS. And Deja has once again switched off onto the McCree now. Dark is actually going to be copying Deja on the Echo, so it's going to be interesting to see how this duplicate comes into play.
Yeah, I don't see a lot of copies on McCree's. It's one of the rare ones, might have been a miss there. But he's going to be pulling out the Deadeye, putting even more pressure onto VMT, and they're not really going to be able to peek that at all. They are now going to be pushing out. Deja is very, very low. Dark Ember is going to be getting that kill, and Daz is in the backline along with Dark Ember, taking Wallet, taking out the front line. Well, taking out the backline there with Arish, but in the front line getting those picks. And it's just kill after kill coming in for TalonFire right now.
Yeah, TalonFire has pretty much been dominating this entire first, choke of Dorado, and there really has not been a response yet from the side of Boat Meme today. They will be coming up on some ults here. You're going to have Grab Dragon, which is a huge combo. It all depends on if Angel Witch's Valkyrie will be able to counter that, and a good pick here from Offensive will get out those
good to get rest up, yeah. I mean, that's why the Mercy is so powerful. She can just take your pick and delete it out of the game. I mean, she can only delete one pick, but if that's all you can get, you know, you're just kind of out of luck there. They're trying to rotate up through the backside, try to get an angle, but Taz with the Primal is just knocking them straight off the map. It's really just kind of unfortunate to see. Yeah, so the grab does get used, but to no effect really.
Yeah, that was probably a miscommunication there on the side of VMT. Keyframe does use the grab, but huge boop there from Daz to get rid of Arish and Deja. Now, if you're VMT, you're 30 seconds remaining. You have barely gotten this card any progress. You do have the Dragons, you have the Primal, and you do have that window. Honestly, it's going to come down to if this Dragons from Offensive does get a lot of value, and if this Duplicate does get any value as well. Dark does duplicate onto the Hanzo.
Yep, and it's just going to be more kills coming in. Taken getting a nice kill. Offensive does fire back onto Daz, but Holding gets the kill onto Offensive. The Bob is going to get thrown out here from Taken. He's just going to be shooting around. They are slightly moving the cart, but they're not getting the kills that they need. Jackson does get the primal kill with the jump onto Dark Ember, and the Coalescence is out. I mean, they're kind of being kept alive right now. They're kind of getting some cart progress. And so, I mean, I gotta say it's at least slightly winnable here because they're still alive. And so, as long as you're still alive on the cart, it's winnable. Offensive getting that kill into Taken might actually just be what they need. But there's that bomb backline. Jackson is able to throw down the bubble. Jackson and Kingler getting 2 kills there. It's actually looking really good for Meme today to maybe actually bring this back.
Yeah,
they just need to put in some more pressure in.
Only thing they have to worry about right now is Daz in their backline with the Primal Rage. If any of them gets knocked off the point, that's it. The push is over. Daz and Dark Ember actually doing work here now, so it's going to be interesting. Maybe this is a little too much too late here for Vote Team today. But
Kingler jumps on the Moira, but yeah, there's a huge dynamite that came in there with the Primal, which did a lot of damage to VMT. Right now, they're a bit more holding on with strings than they were before. But Keyframe getting the kill onto E-Girl. Dark Ember firing back on the Kingler. We did see the Dragons come through, put a bit of pressure on, but Daz is going to get the kill onto Keyframe. They do fire back and get the kill onto both of those tanks on Daz and Holden. They might actually get the cap here. It's looking really good for them right now, and they just need to take out Taken Wallet and then Dark Ember, and they will actually be able to cap the point. But the copy onto the Winston could be keeping it alive here for TalonFire and preventing the point A cap. The Coalescence is getting thrown down, trying to put in that extra damage and the healing, and we will get to see the cap on point A. Dark Ember leaving the point for just a tad too long. We get to see a Pulse Bomb get thrown out, nearly catching E-Girl, but E-Girl is going to make it out of there. But we are on to point B, and the fight is still kind of going on. I think they mostly separated by now, so I will give you a chance to talk a bit about what we just saw.
Yeah, absolutely. There was a lot of mayhem going on there. Really, TalonFire was in it for the stall, and this might actually be big. It does get Keyframe, who has that grab now. It's going to be hard for VMT to really recover from this. Honestly, they are probably just going to be holding back near the spawn right now and trying to regroup. Because right now, it's looking very rough for them, even after they've capped the first point.
I mean,
on the Dark Ember, though.
Yeah, it's a good pick, and I gotta say, it's a different environment. So we maybe see VMT do better here. Because they're not at the point A spawn. They might be able to do better in this particular environment. So we'll kind of see how that ends up going. We do see the Bob getting thrown down from Taken Wallet. Just kind of putting in that extra DPS and making them have to think about their silence a bit more. The Grab Dragon does get thrown down, getting a kill onto E-Girl. The Bob also gets taken down. They're using the Coalescence pushing here. They're really pushing with everything they've gotten, and right now it's working. And they are going to be getting some progress here. They don't have everyone on TalonFire just yet, but it's just a bit of cleanup here, and they have the cart moving.
Yeah, and the big thing there is Angel Witch is actually going to get staggered out here. That means the TalonFire will be down one of their big healers. You do still have E-Girl, but other than that, you're pretty much done. Dark Ember trying to take that high ground advantage, but right now, it's looking pretty good here for VMT. They will have that Pulse Bomb and Primal Rage coming in. Dark Ember falls early, a Pulse Bomb. It's going to be close.
Yep, and we are going to be seeing Daz getting set up on that high ground, kind of getting a bit of poke down with his lightning. The Valkyrie is going to be coming out. Both those tanks just kind of putting a lot of pressure onto VMT as much as they can. The window's going to be coming out. A anti does get thrown down by Eagle, but offensive gets the kill onto her on the Ana. And Daz is going to be going down to keyframe there as well. Taken going down, and it's looking really good for VMT. VMT is looking to cap point B here. Holden getting 2 kills there, though. They do need to take him out on the Wrecking Ball, because it's hard to kill that Wrecking Ball. You know, he has so much HP and has so much mobility. The Dragon's getting thrown down to pressure anyone else off from touching, but now you have both tanks contesting here from TalonFire. Taken while it gets taken down by offensive, and the Primal's going to be coming out from Jackson as well. Dark Ember gets the kill into offensive there, taking out one of those DPS players. That's the kill into Deja. And Eager with the kill into Kingler. VMT not looking so hot right now, but they do fire back with the kill into Dark Ember, and they may be able to swing this back around for them, but they still need to take out both those supports and both of those tanks. And now we see the Tracer coming back as well. You do have those really short spawns there for TalonFire, which really gives them the advantage. Also being able to get that res off on Dark Ember. The Nano going on to Holden, and it looks like TalonFire is going to be able to clean this up here, and they're just holding on by a thread here for VMT. And they aren't going to be able to touch, and they are going to be getting stopped here right before the point B cap.
It was getting close there. Keyframe almost had a grab, which probably would have been able to turn the tide of that fight, but unfortunately, VMT just stops a little bit short of point B. But honestly, if you were getting held at the doors for the majority of this match, and you were able to push it all the way to that point, honestly, call that a success story. So great job there by VMT to be able to rally back from doing that very bad start, but regardless, great job there. But now it's TalonFire's push. After that first point defense, I don't expect a lot from VMT to be able to defend, but you never know. This is minors. Anything can happen, as VMT is going to be coming out here with the comps.
I don't even think it's a minors. Anything can happen. Some teams have bad attack and good defense. They just have that very, you know, they have the mentality for defense as opposed to attack, especially with the kind of lacking aggression we occasionally see from VMT. You know, they may be pulling out a good attack here. I don't know if they will be, but that's something I'm definitely prepared for.
Yeah, absolutely. You definitely will have teams in this league that might be better at defense than they are on attack. So we'll have to see what VMT's plan here is. They are going to be going with this Junkrat Hanzo 8-pack dive that we saw on Ilios before. On the side of TalonFire, we are going to be seeing almost the exact same thing that they ran on the defense. Actually, it looks like it is the exact same thing with Dark Ember on that sector. So we'll see what the plan is here for TalonFire, and if both teams today will be able to shut it down.
Ooh.
A good shot from offensive. Looks really good so far, though.
Yeah, thing is with defense, you kind of have that tactical advantage, but you need to keep getting those kills because they will keep coming on that attack. You know, they just need to kind of win one fight to get that progress. You need to win multiple to stop it. So they are kind of putting in some damage there as Holden tries to dive in. Now Daz jumping up. Deja is going to be taking out Dark Ember. The cart getting a bit of free progress there, but now Jackson is down to stop it, and they will be continuing to get those kills, and it looks like the first fight is definitively theirs for VMT.
Yeah, absolutely. The most questionable thing there I saw from TalonFire was that Holden and Daz decided to dive the front line instead of trying to go for offensive, who was all the way in the back line, basically unopposed. So it's very interesting sort of dive here coming out from TalonFire, and both teams today are just able to take advantage of it. Regardless, though, it's going to be interesting to see how TalonFire adapts to this next push. Deja Vu is about to have that tire, so that can shut down a push immediately.
Yeah, I mean, you really just need one good pick. With that tire, you don't need, you know, a big 3K or 5K. Dark Ember's going to get that first kill onto offensive, though, so we need to be seeing some action out here from VMTs. They're kind of caught in an off position. I don't think it's really where they want to be. We do see the tire going out, gets the kill into Taken. The window is there to provide pressure onto the point. So some good positioning there, but Dark is going to get the kill into Eris. Patrol is fired out to help keep the team alive. Angel Witch gets the res onto Taken, though, but Daz is going to be falling to Jackson in the front line. Keyframe also getting killed into Taken. Wall looking good for VMT to be staying up here. We do see the copy coming out from Dark Ember with the monkey. The dragon's getting thrown down as well. Kingler does fall to Dark Ember there, but looks like this will be VMT taking the fight.
Keyframe ended up killing all of the backline there for TalonFire while the main fight was going on in the front. I wasn't able to see it, but good job by Keyframe to be able to identify those picks and be able to shut the push down. We are going to be seeing some swaps here. E-Girl is swapping over. Oh, never mind. I don't think E-Girl. I think E-Girl was on the Moira for a while, but Dark Ember is switching over to the Widow. Obviously, that Echo pick not working as he intended, so we'll have to see what the response is here from TalonFire and Boatmean today to push in. Boatmean today, they will have one person up, obviously, and they will have 3 ults coming into the next fight, so it's going to be interesting to see what the plan is here for VNT and TalonFire.
Yep, Dark Ember is going to be falling to Kingler there. The res did come through from Angel Witch onto E-Girl. So it's still, I think, about 1 up for VMT. VMT really kind of holding a lot of those ults. It'll kind of come down to who uses those ults better. Dark Ember switching over onto the Doomfist here. Both these teams having really strong point A holds in slightly different spots in slightly different ways, but they're still both very strong. Deja getting that kill onto Daz, a really good initial pick if you want to stop the push. We do see the bomb getting thrown up and over, not really landing onto anyone. The Dragon's getting thrown down, also really not kind of landing onto anyone. Both coalescences are thrown down, both for damage and for that healing. Bob also getting thrown down, not in the best position, but does get a kill with it anyway. And you really see TalonFire raking up these kills, and it looks like they will be able to continue pushing through here. Jackson really just trying to stall out as long as he can, so that maybe they can get one more fight here on point A, but he will eventually be falling, and it looks like they are going to be able to cap point A here.
Bob actually canceled Deja Vu's tire there, so it actually made so much of an impact. If it weren't for Bob, Deja Vu would have probably been able to get that tire and shut the push down. TalonFire will be capping point A here. Daz falls early, but it won't be that much of an impact. So great job there by TalonFire to be able to bring it back. And of course, Dark Ember on his signature Doomfist. I know he's really good at this Doomfist, so it's gonna be interesting to see how Boatmean today decide to go against this. They will be nearing that Dragon Strike again, offensive. Really good job at charging these Dragon Strikes, so we'll have to see what the response is here from TalonFire, as they do have the Primal online. Can separate a lot of people. Dark Ember's going very low.
Yeah, we do see Daz jump onto that high ground there, trying to get some poke damage. The Dragon's getting thrown down onto the card. The Meteor Strike going to the back line. Both those supports are down for VMT, and it's really not looking good as TalonFire is picking up those kills. I think we're going to be going to a stall fight here on point B yet again, because that is really VMT's only chance here. They have 1 minute 44 on the clock, so they really need to win the stall fight here, not just stall it out.
Yeah,
So,
I don't think they're really going to be switching to stall heroes right now, because they still have the 1 more fight that they can fight with their true roster. It's going to be interesting to see if Jackson will be able to build up this Primal. Deja build up the tire. Really, anything goes here.
Jackson's definitely got the Primal. You do see a bomb getting thrown to the back line. Not going to be getting anyone. Haven't seen any bomb kills so far. And both these teams are going to be facing off. Dark Ember getting killed into offensive, but taking levels going down to Keyframe. 1 for 1 on each side. Both DPS right now. The Coalescence got thrown down there by Kingler, I believe, and now E-Girl and Angel Witch are going to be popping both of their support ults. It looks like it's coming out for TalonFire right now, with E-Girl getting the 2 kills with the Coalescence, Tolan getting killed with the booster rockets on the Keyframe, and it looks like it is all TalonFire here, and they are going to be cinching yet another map. Currently, it is 2-0 TalonFire versus VMT.
Really good job there by TalonFire to be able to react to the situations that BMT were putting them in. It was very close, but in the end, the player from Denmark, E-Girl, able to bring it in to able to bring the point home. Here's that huge move from Daz that I commented on earlier. What a huge move to be able to secure pretty much this defense. It was close, but really TalonFire just edged it out a little bit more than VMT. So it's really close. It's really back and forth between these two teams. So it can go anyone's way right now.
I would love to agree with you. I don't think that's really the case. I mean, TalonFire's been looking pretty dominant over VMT. I'm not really gonna lie there. We need to see something change for VMT if they want to bring this back and get the reverse sweep. We need to see a compositional change, an aggression change, something coming out from them. I mean, you're obviously not going to improve anyone's aim in 5 minutes. You're not going to get any major changes, but you can maybe make some comp switches, make some aggression changes, and bring this back.
Yep, I definitely feel like that there needs to be some changes. Of course, we already know that this team has a lot of potential. Offensive showed a lot of strong signs, and your keyframe showed a lot of strong signs. I feel like there's a problem with the coordination, most likely, because we are seeing a lot of ults from VMT used very wrong. When they ended up using near the end of that first defense with TalonFire, or at least TalonFire on the attack, you had keyframe grab, taken Wallet solo grab, and then offensive missed the Dragon Strike. Do I need to explain why that's bad?
Yeah, we are going to throw to a 5-minute break, but we'll be back with you when we are about to get started on map 3. So make sure to stay tuned in because we'll be back in about 5 minutes.
I look at people and I wonder all day, who are you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I say, I'm a pretty boss with almost your brain waste. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I got class. I'ma grab an ass if you want it. Best you ever had, give it to you bad. Ooh. Talk about quiet with a big mouth. Listen for the doubt, then call it. Make you out for what you say to me. Look at every single need. If you got what I need, then oh, I'll take you on like a big deal. Legs you can unseal, key in ignition. Just keep me full like at a meal. Once in a while, feel alright. I know you like it, can't fight it. I might let you ride the wave. I'm New York and you're LA. Come together, feel the shock waves. Look at people and I wonder all day, who are you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I say, I'm a pretty boss with almost your brain waste. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I got class. I'ma grab an ass if you want it. Best you ever had, give it to you bad. Ooh. I'm the girl that they don't talk about. Quiet with a big mouth. Listen for the doubt, then call it. Make you out for what you say to me. Look at every single date. If you got what I need, then oh, I'll take you on like a big deal. Legs you can unseal. Key ignition. Just keep me full like I had a meal once in a while. Feel alright. I know you like it. Can't fight it. I might let you ride the wave. I'm New York and you're LA. Come together, feel the shock waves. Look at people and I wonder all day, who are you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I stayed. I'm a pretty boss, look on my shit brain waste. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I got class. I'ma grab an ass if you want it. Best you ever had, give it to you bad. Ooh. Talk about quiet with a big mouth. Listen for the doubt, then call it. Make you out for what you say to me. Look at every single date. If you got what I need, then oh, I'll take you on like a big deal. Legs you can unseal. Key ignition. Just keep me full like I had a meal once in a while. Feel alright. I know you like it. Can't fight it. I might let you ride the wave. I'm New York and you're LA. Come together, feel the shock waves. Look at people and I wonder all day, who are you and you and
welcome back after the break. It is TalonFire versus VMT, currently 2-0 for TalonFire, and we're going to be going into King's Row for the third map, and we have some switches out from both teams. First, on the side of TalonFire, we see Holden getting swapped out, who is playing off-tank, and Shadow's going in. Shadow, traditionally a DPS player, but as we saw last time TalonFire was cast, is a really great hog player, so definitely can go in on that flex tank position.
Yeah, absolutely. Last time we saw TalonFire in a cast, it was up against, I believe, the Fire Nation, and they were running Daz Shadow for the tank line. When it came to King's Row, they had Shadow on the Roadhog and had Daz playing Sigma and Reinhardt. So most likely, this is a situation where Holden cannot play those two heroes, so they're subbing in Shadow so he can play the Hog and Daz can play the Sigma and the Reinhardt. So it's going to be interesting to see what they have for TalonFire's tank line.
Yep, switching over to VMT, we have two switches. Warren Peace is going to be going in for Jackson Moon. Renowned for his Orisa last season. Obviously, Orisa is not the meta anymore. And I know he's developed a really good Reinhardt. So I'm expecting that's what we'll be seeing out of him. We also see Wolfpack getting subbed in for Kingler. She's a flex support, not a flex tank. A flex support has time on like Ana, Lucio. So we'll be kind of seeing the same things out there. So Erish might be switching over to more Baptiste because we also saw Erish on some of the Baptiste earlier. So we'll kind of just end up seeing what happens with that support position.
Absolutely. Maybe Wolfpack is in because they want to try to run that Ana. I don't think I've seen it a lot. Maybe I've seen it with maybe I missed it when Erish was playing it, but mostly for the most part, we've been seeing Kingler on the Moira. So most likely putting in Wolfpack is so that they can play this Ana effectively. And of course, Warren, you beautiful, beautiful man, you found your spot you've found a spot here on BMT. He's most likely going to be busting out that Reinhardt here. Warren's Reinhardt is very good, especially in a GOATS meta. He's known for main tank diffing a lot of top main tanks.
Yeah, he has that more defensive play style, which I think is going to be interesting against Daz's, how shall I say, solo queue Reinhardt playstyle from the last time I remember it.
Yeah, last time we remember Daz's Reinhardt, he was playing it like he was Bumper and Fraggy's son. So we're going to see what happens between Daz and Warren here on the Reinhardt play. Who knows? Warren might be able to main tank difference Daz. And of course, I played with Warren. I know what he's like. He is definitely a mental booster. If a team is down, if a team's not doing well, Warren will boost you up. Make sure every play you do that is good is boosted to the promoted to the highest level. So Warren, definitely subbing him in here. When you're 2 maps down, this is a power move from VMT.
Yeah, you know, just having a positive person when you're down to, it can really make all the difference and give you that reverse sweep you need. So I'm excited to see what we see coming out of VMT with those 2 switches. Also excited to see Shadow get some playtime again. It was very entertaining to watch in the last match, so I'm really excited for whatever TalonFire is bringing out here because it was exciting. So we'll be starting off on the defense, TalonFire and VMT on the attack here. So yeah, we are seeing that Reinhardt Roadhog as we expected, but what are your thoughts on the rest of the composition?
I mean, most of the composition does make sense. You do have E-Girl on the Ana, Zach, we forgot to mention E-Girl is actually the Zach coming into this.
Yes.
I believe he did change his name, but E-Girl is playing the Ana now. He did come out on the Brig, take him out on the Ashe, Dark on the Genji. All of this pretty much makes the most amount of sense. VMT, I saw Warren on Winston, which the only time I knew Warren on Winston was when he was playing Dive. He never plays Dive. But we do see...
We're actually seeing this statue Bastion, I think. They're actually rolling out with it. I'm hyped, to say the least. They are kind of making this rotation. I don't think this will go amazingly just because of the Roadhog might be able to get some good picks there, but I'm excited nonetheless. They're actually not going over to statue there, but they're taking a bit of a different position. Looking to get some picks there. We'll see how this goes. Shadow does get slept by Wolfpack. Offensive also getting slept by E-Girl. No kills coming through yet for either side, which is a bit, strange, honestly. But we'll kind of see how this ends up panning out. Dark Ember kind of taking down the immortality there, but still no kills quite coming through yet.
Yeah, it looks like to me that VMT is waiting for TalonFire to push in, but they have not been aggressive at all. Maybe that will change things as a
with the charge kill onto offensive. It's going to be taking away a lot of VMT's pressure, but they built up a flux in that time, and War and Peace gets the kill onto Daz. They're looking really good, and this might be a .8 cap for VMT right here. They still need to get some of these kills coming through. The window does get dropped, and we do see a whole hog coming out from Shadow here. But it is still VMT getting these kills. Angel Witch does get the res onto Dark Ember, gets taken out herself. The blade, Nano Blade getting thrown down. Excuse you, coming out from Dark Ember gets a 2K. But VMT is still pulling out those kills. Daz comes back and takes that T-frame. But the .8 cap is going to be coming through. I love that play from VMT. I totally befitting of their name, and they played it amazingly.
Yeah, great job there from VMT to be able to react to TalonFire and be able to push in. And the big thing is, look at how many ults they were able to expand out of TalonFire. They got rid of that Nano Blade, which is the biggest thing there. So great job there from VMT to be able to stall it out and be able to win that fight in the end. It looked winnable there for TalonFire, but it was just too much pressure from VMT to take the point. Now it looks like that TalonFire are trying to go for this aggressive defense, but not all of them are there. Shadow's still running back from spawn, so it's going to be interesting to see how their defense pans out here.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what TalonFire ends up bringing out to respond to what we're seeing from VMT. Does block the Shatter, a huge anti-nade coming through there. And Taken Wall is going to be getting killed with that Bob, but Daz gets taken out by War and Peace yet again. And we see a huge dynamite coming through from Taken Wall there. And offensive does get the kill back onto Taken Wall, so they are able to kind of re-push in here. The res gets stopped by offensive. Offensive doing a really great job on this Hanzo, getting a kill onto Angel Witch. And VMT is continuing to keep moving here as offensive gets another kill.
Offensive is bringing this point back from the brink. He's hitting these headshots like they are normal body shots. Shadow does get the kill onto Erish, so now VMT is down a healer, but it probably won't matter as they are
talk about how that dragon. Yeah, I was gonna talk about how the dragon didn't get much, but it got Dark Ember like in the spawn room. Ouch. Offensive is like carrying here. Like, I mean, he obviously isn't doing all the work, but he's doing a lot of it. He's just hitting those headshots over and over again.
True to his name, Offensive is probably going to have us put a PG-13 because there is literal manslaughter going on in this lobby right now, and Offensive is responsible for all of it. Wolfpack is going to be nanoing War and Peace here for the engage, but they're
pull the pit! Shadow doing a great job there, but Deja does get the pick onto Dark Ember, offensive the kill onto Daz. Daz does get the kill onto Keyframe first, though. These kills are going back and forth right now, which I think gives the edge over to TalonFire because they do have those defender spawns, and it looks like it will be really Wolfpack needing to just die or get out of there, and she will be dying to Shadow there, and it will be VMT going back to spawn for this next push.
It's very questionable there how TalonFire decided to wait that long to kill Wolfpack. Of course it is for stagger, but still seems very questionable. But now they're going to be trying to hold this point as much as possible. They do have to hold it for 4 whole minutes. Nanoblade is back up. That can easily be the difference maker unless they are able to kill. Bob will be coming out early here though. So
yep, Flux getting thrown down as well. If Bob does get slept there, haven't seen the Flux land quite yet. Looks like it maybe got canceled actually.
It was not canceled actually. It caught Angel Witch, but it wasn't able to do a lot of value. So.
Thank you for that. And we do see Keeper getting killed and taken Wall. The whole Hog's going to be coming out from Shadow here. And we do see the Blade, Nano Blade, excuse you, getting thrown down. Takes out Deja, takes out Erish, takes out Wolfpack. And so TalonFire is really coming back here on this defense. You know, with their backs against the wall, they're really, you know, starting to perform like themselves again and stop VMT in their tracks.
Absolutely, we're going to be seeing some swaps come out here for both sides, actually, or for actually more for the side of VMT. Deja Vu has switched over to the Reaper, and Key has switched over to the Zarya. So obviously they want an entirely different approach and maybe an entirely different win condition here on the side of VMT. They do have those dragons up. Offensive did get hit by Dark, most likely from a deep play because I did hear the line. So it's going to be interesting to see how VMT pushes in. They have dragons, they have a Shatter, and they have a Nano with an aggressive War and Peace with Nano and a Shatter. Makes me want to run for my life.
I will say aggressive and War and Peace are mildly antonyms, but I'm curious to see what happens nonetheless. And that's going to be another full Nano into the pit. Shadow really making use of the pits here on third point and making Warren not have a great time. I think Warren's starting to fear getting nanoed because he knows he's going straight into the pit as soon as it happens. So VMT is yet again going to be going back to the spawn room.
Yep, and Daz ended up cleaning that entire push up with a shattered. Key gets pulled up by Shadow, but not enough damage there to end his life, or end their life, so it's gonna be interesting to see here. Deja has actually switched over to the Junkrat now off of that, as there's the Shadow from Warren!
It's 4, I believe. Gets the kill onto Daz. Offensive getting kill into Dark Ember. Wolfpack does get slept in the back line as they are chasing down Shadow. Keyframe gets that final blow there, and they are continuing to push here on point C. And it's looking really good right now, but still plenty of chances for TalonFire to come back because they do have that nano boost and the fall.
These late support kills, though, they've killed both of the supports before they were able to come back as a team. Dark Ember had a tri-blade there. The only thing now on the point is Shadow's Whole Hog and the Bob from taking Wallet. And this might be the end.
Yeah, I mean, it's Daz putting up a fight here on Cart. You do see more people coming back. Daz gets taken down only 1.28 meters, now 0.99 meters left, and it's all VMT on the kill board right now, continuing to get kill after kill. Huge antis getting thrown down, and Nano onto a fence. You can't argue with that, and they're just continuing to get kill after kill. Need to take out Shadow, rolling around on the ball here though, and Daz gets a nice shatter. Does get anti though, and so he's going to be falling to War and Peace. We do see Angel Witch trying to come in and make a save, but goes down. We do see a Brigida coming out here from E-Girl, but gets stunned out. It gets killed. Take a while, gets killed into Wolfpack, but I don't think that's going to be quite enough, as all these kills are coming from VMT, and they're going to finally cap with 36 seconds on the clock.
Really good job there, not only from VMT to cap it, but also from TalonFire to be able to stall it out for that long. I'm pretty sure when they were starting to get the card into those final meters that they probably had almost 2 minutes on the clock. So great job there from TalonFire to be able to stall it out. But now they have a task. They need to cap King's Row in at least, or they just need to cap King's Row, and then they have to be able to make a good push again. So it's going to be interesting to see what the plan is here for TalonFire and what VMT is going to try to do to stop it.
Yeah, and can I say, I absolutely love these teams. Although it is stressful to cast those overtime fights, or not overtime, but like stall fights, it is so much fun. So I appreciate these teams for it. It gives me so much joy in life to cast this, despite how tiring it is.
Yeah, it can be tiring. Don't worry about it. But like, it's going really well here. Just, you know, if you ever need to stop casting, I'm always here. I can definitely play by play. You've seen me.
You're doing a good job.
Yeah, speaking of that, we are going to be seeing VoteMeme today come out on the Rhine Sigma composition that they seem to be doing really well with on the first point early on. So it'll be interesting, as it looks like to me that TalonFire, they look like they tried to go for a Sim TP strat or a Maywall strat up to the top. Yep, they're all going to go up to that top wall except Daz, unfortunately. He is going to be left in the dust. Rip Daz Reinhardt. He won't be able to do the charge from the top.
That is so lonely on the bottom. But yes, they're going to be firing off here. Offensive gets slept right out of the gate, which is actually a lot bigger than you might think it is, removing that pressure from the Hanzo as they're pushing in. And the anti also does fall onto, coming up from E-Girl onto VMT. And Shadow's gonna be the first to fall to Wolfpack. Warren got slept there for a second. It took a decent amount of damage from that. Getting healed back up now though, and it's just an attack from all sides from TalonFire. Really putting a lot of pressure onto VMT, but not quite getting those kills yet. Warren and Keyframe gonna be falling super low in the kills from Dark Ember. Taking while gets killed into a fence, and it looks like that is gonna be a point A cap from TalonFire. I really don't see VMT recovering from this, and so I imagine we will be moving on to point B here pretty soon. That was a really good attack.
Shadow's flank into the hotel to try and get Wolfpack was the decision maker there. If it weren't for that, this would have been a more lengthier defense, but now TalonFire have 5 minutes to push to point B, so a very good time bank, and also a pretty good ult bank. They do have Shatter, they're about to have the Nano and the Valkyrie, and they have Duplicate. So it's looking good here for TalonFire, but VoteMeme today, anything can happen right now. Deja Vu has switched over to the McCree.
Ooh, and a nice Shatter. Does get only 2, but that 2 can be enough. But actually, Wolfpack gets the kill back onto Daz. Daz not getting the kills. The window is going to get popped from Erish Gagal, and that's going to be putting even more pressure onto TalonFire, and the DPS are going to be using that. If Flux gets thrown out from Dark Ember with the copy, does get a kill onto Wolfpack, but and Shadow gets killed to Deja. It's looking like it's swinging back towards TalonFire here. The Flux is going to be getting thrown down from Keyframe. Dragon's getting thrown down as well. The Whole Hog gets used by Shadow, and that's going to get 2 kills where the Flux Dragons gets none. And so TalonFire really just got a lot more value out of their ults there than we were seeing from VMT.
Again, just like the previous scenario, Wolfpack was the first to die in that fight, and that pretty much just made the entire thing go sour. Keyframe has switched over to the Zarya to try and help War and Peace a little bit more. An offensive off of the Hanzo onto a Reaper, which is pretty interesting. Probably to deal with Shadow on that Roadhog, so it's going to be interesting to see if Boat Beam today is willing to push onto this point, or if they're just going to let TalonFire take point B. From the looks of it, they are going to be pushing forward and trying to contest point B.
Yeah, we do see the high nude coming out, but he gets hooked. Does get bubbled, so he's not going to die there, but does cancel it. And they don't get the contest. They don't touch in time. So we're now
and
on
they
point
bet
D.
Nano into it too, but War and Peace does get that kill on the Daz. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
I mean, it was Nano coming out from both. I don't think it even matters if they win here because they've lost the point. And so overall, I mean, they basically already lost the fight, though they're still technically in it. It's just kind of, can they send TalonFire back to spawn before retreating? And it looks like the answer really is no. Warren's going to be charging out of that mess. He wants no part of it. He just wants to back up and keep his life. And, you know, he's doing that right now. Does get the surprise shatter onto Daz and Shadow there, but Shadow's going to be getting the return kills with that whole hog. Erish does take out Shadow, but Deja's going to be also getting the kill onto Dark Ember. Erish will kill him to Shadow. And so VMT is still in this. They're going to be able to push back. The anti does come down onto Keyframe. Keyframe is going to get killed off of it after getting killed to Taken Wallet. Taken Wallet does get res back up by Angel Witch. So TalonFire is definitely still in this, but so is VMT. VMT does get anti there, mainly onto Warren from E-Girl. E-Girl rolling a juke, doing a good job with those antis, and you see, I think 3-4 ults out of them. And so, I mean, they want to win that fight pretty hardcore. We do see a number of ults coming through from for VMT here, though, so they may be able to win this stall fight.
And now it's pretty much desperation here for VMT. They need to have the touch. Keyframe does have that grab, so it's possible that they may be able to win this fight. Wolfpack,
and Nano Death Blossom, though. 2 kills already came through for TalonFire here, though, but VMT is getting some of those kills, and they do have the spawn advantage, and it looks like they're actually might be able to push back TalonFire enough, but now I mean, they lost some people, so it's not looking so good anymore, and it looks like TalonFire could be pulling this out, but, you know, still some stall potential here. They're coming up on that Shadow from War and Peace, and we know Pulse Bomb builds rather quickly. It looks like they may be able to fend off TalonFire for a little bit, and TalonFire just not getting really aggressive here on this push. I think they know they have time and they're waiting for that pick, and they do get the pick onto War and Peace, but even still they're not getting super aggressive here. They know VMT has the spawn advantage.
Yeah, they know VMT has the spawn advantage. Daz dies to offensive, but Shadow does get the return kill. So really, I feel like they're just scared right now and not willing to push in. Maybe they're trying to build up ults for this next fight because they know VMT might have the ult advantage. But the
I also can't believe Taken got out of there. Deja with the 2K though onto Taken and Angel Witch. You know, a huge DPS loss. The Shadow goes down, stopping Shadow's whole hog. We are going to be seeing the copy onto Reinhardt coming out from Dark Ember, trying to keep this alive for TalonFire. I think we're seeing some interesting stuff come out. The Shadow gets blocked by Warren, but it doesn't matter because the kills are going to be coming through, and actually it did catch offensive. Shadow getting a nice hook. Dark Ember really popping on that Reinhardt copy. We need to see some excellent plays come out from VMT if they want to stay in it right now. We're going to see Deja contest the point as Tracer. We need to see another touch coming in. Warren's going to be charging in offensive. Also with the Reaper, Warren is going to be dying there. And Dark Ember is really just popping right now on this Echo, really keeping it alive for TalonFire. And Erish is going to be stalling with that Lucio. We now see Keyframe coming in with the Wrecking Ball. Yeah, B gets thrown down. Seeing lots of ults come down, we see Taken with the Bob. It's just going to be getting 2 people. Erish was able to get the kill into E-Girl there, losing that support. And we now see another Death Blossom coming through in this fight, getting kill into Angel Witch. But we're seeing a lot of kills coming through from TalonFire. But, you know, you need a whole lot more kills as the attacker here because the defenders have such a spawn advantage. Would you see from the fact that it hasn't been capped, but now it is going to get capped. Actually, no, it is not, because you're going to have both Deja and Warren coming into touch here. And it's staying alive. Whole hog is going to be getting thrown down. Offensive gets the kill into Taken. Warren gets the kill into Dark Ember. This is absolutely exciting. I can't believe VMT is still in it. They've eaten like 2 minutes off with just this one fight. And they get the boop kill onto Daz. I think I need to pass this off to you next. I need a drink of water.
Yeah, go take a drink of water, go get a breath. BMT, what an absolutely bonkers defense. They have gotten rid of 3 minutes in this one fight, and TalonFire have still not capped the points. This is looking disastrous for TalonFire. They might not be able to get the huge time back that they wanted. They might not be able to cap. All they have is the duplicated nano online. Maybe Daz's Shatter if you're lucky, but this is getting really rough here.
I'm flabbergasted that they didn't cap that. I mean, they were getting so many kills, but just weren't able to clinch it. And we're now going to be coming in here. We did see the copy onto the Reaper, but a nice shatter coming through. Daz gets taken down, but Dark Ember with the 4K with that Death Blossom using the copy. And it looks like, I mean, if TalonFire, if you don't win off that, you can't win off anything, but it looks like they are going to be winning off that. EMT cannot get the touch, but they do have less time bank. It's only by 16 seconds, but with the lead that they had, I mean, that's just shocking. I don't know how else to describe it. It's shocking.
VMT had 4 minutes to defend when that point was hitting the final point. They brought it down to less than a minute. I don't know exactly the time,
like
but
20
I can probably
seconds.
Something like that. Let me check. If 38 minus 60 is 38 minus 16 is anything. Hold on.
I'm pretty
busted
positive
out
it was 20 seconds.
22 seconds on the clock.
Okay.
22 seconds. You burn that time bank down to 22 seconds. Unreal. Unreal.
I think what happened was TalonFire would get the advantage, but they just didn't move on to point, and I don't know why.
Yeah,
and I think that's what was losing it for them.
TalonFire was not engaging, and it was just causing so many problems. They were up so many people, but just weren't able to engage. The calls were all over the place, probably on TalonFire's side. It was messy, and in the end, it just wasn't able to take advantage of all the situations where they must have been able to win the fight. But now, look at their situation. They have a minute on the clock to be able to try and get as much progress as possible. If you're VMT, you're extremely proud of that, and you have a chance here to maybe claim King's Row as long as your push doesn't go badly.
Yeah, dude, I mean, I'm always hoping for a reverse sweep. They're exciting. I at least hope for a map take us through as a boring. Either way, this was an exciting match. I mean, just that huge fight alone. But we are going to be getting started here. We do see Shadow going for that pick into the backline like he did last time. Not getting the pick he won because offensive did get hooked, was able to, go away with, I forget the name of the ability, but E-Girl does get the pick onto offensive anyway after that, and so they are going to be down one on the side of VMT. And
yeah, they were prepared for Shadow's flank, but now not so much as Deja Vu.
Ooh, actually he gets the stun. I mean, they did a really good job countering Shadow there, I gotta say, but they do have to worry about the point now. They need to actually make sure they're worrying about everything. Shadow does end up getting killed into Deja Vu eventually here, and we do see the Flux coming out here, and I mean, that's Dark Ember using everything they have to capture the point, and it works. I can't judge them for that. If you secure a point cap, take whatever ults you need, because any progress on this is honestly gravy, because it's definitely possible to stop VMT from getting that point at cap.
Here's the thing though, every one of the people on VMT did end up getting short spawn, so they will be able to defend quickly as possible. You also just got out 2 big ults. The only big ult combination you need to worry about right now is that Nano Blade from Dark and E-Girl. Dark has been destroying the enemy team on that, and that's a big hook on the Shadow to start the fight.
Yeah, it's looking really good for VMT here. We do see the Nano Blade's gonna be coming out here though, and it gets slapped! It gets slapped! Warren also gets slapped with the Nano though, good to point out. But they were able to cancel out the Nano Blade's ability, which I think has more value there than Warren with the Nano. Both of them end up dying, strangely enough, immediately after, not while they're slept though. Really no correlation, just happened to be those two. Taken does take down Wolfpack, and it's going to be TalonFire continuing to push here with those kills. Offensive does throw down the Death Blossom though, only getting killed to take a Wallet. Really just a time stall tactic there. The bomb also getting thrown down for the same purpose, because the no kills almost got them off point. That was insane. God. It came down to a nanosecond. I'd love to see frame by frame of that, honestly.
Dude, my heart just skipped a beat. Holy crap.
That was so close. I mean,
VMT, yeah.
I would have been panicking on TalonFire if that was me.
Yeah, I would have been panicked if I were on the side of VMT or TalonFire. But regardless, now you have Deja Vu switching over to the Pharah. This is desperation time for VMT. Take them Wallet with the Dragon.
The Dragon's Flux. Not going to be getting any kills here though. Well, Hog, and they're not going to be able to stop the point B cap. Not that particular point caps actually mean anything here, but it does mainly just change spawns, and so that's kind of the important thing here. Anti does come down onto Shadow and Asleep, and looks like they will be able to get the kill there, but 2 more kills come in from Dark Ember onto VMT. VMT not putting up good defense here in this, you know, 3rd round push. We do see the blade getting thrown down, not Nano Blade, just a dry blade here, but TalonFire is already pretty much up in this fight, and they're getting that point progress. So we're gonna have to see what VMT ends up doing here as last-ditch defense, which they showed was pretty clearly strong, and then see what they can do on their attack. But we'll see what they can do right now.
It all comes down to the barrage from Deja Vu. It's going to be dependent on that. If this barrage does not get any value, then TalonFire might be able to cap this 6 points. It's going to be rough here for VMT, but there is still a lot of hope. It's going to come down to Deja Vu. Maybe if Erish's window is huge.
Side, but I think Dark Ember's kill is a bit more important there onto the main take, and then taking down Erish on the support. Eagle does go down as well. The barrage is going to get dropped, takes out Daz. Angel, which does get the res back up. Dark Ember getting kill onto Deja, but overtime nearly ticking off there, and it is just Shadow mainly on the point here. Taking Bolt's Ultra trying to stay in here, throwing down that Dragon. Shadow getting a 2k with the boop. 1 is actual boop, but Warren getting kill onto Taken Wallet here. They just need to take out Shadow, and that's all they really need. And it's finally going to be Shadow running away there. I think maybe not realizing there was no one else on point. And that is going to be it for the attack there from TalonFire. But that is a lot to live up to if you're VMT. You need to be trying your hardest here on this attack to match up.
VMT, you have a lot to do here. You only have 16 seconds extra than what TalonFire just had. Your goal is to push it all the way to near the end of point C. That is a very rough task. Possible, but rough. It's looking very rough here for VMT. They've shown a lot of strong points, and they've shown a lot of points where they just choked and weren't able to capitalize on the mistakes of TalonFire. That was one of them right there. That would have been the deciding factor. And even if that bomb was big, if that bomb was able to force them onto a C9 and shut this entire push down, we could be seeing an entirely different match.
I almost argue that it did. I think there's a pure chance that someone happened to step back on point. I mean, it was that close. They could have won it right there if TalonFire misstepped half a pixel.
You heard me scream C9 because I thought it happened. You literally heard me scream that because I thought it literally happened, but it was just a nanosecond too soon.
Yeah, so I think this attack is going to come down to point A and how well TalonFire is able to zone them off if VMT does get that point A cap. I think it's going to be the biggest factors here, and so right now we're going to be focusing on that point A cap because I think it's the hardest part of those overtime pushes. Once you get the momentum, it's not that hard to keep it, but it's getting that first initial fight win to get the point cap. And offensive getting killed first, not great for that momentum, but if you back up now, you can get him back, and you can still make this push with good time.
But that's also not good. Key falls. Deja is in the back line of the enemy team. He does too. This is looking rough. VMT, it's not looking good. You have one opportunity here. It's probably because look at the side of what is it? TalonFire. They switched up their comp entirely. They stopped running Rhyme. They're running Hogzaria. VMT probably didn't predict this at all, and now they're left at a crossroads. 20 seconds left on the clock, and VMT has made no progress on this point. They've had Deja switch over to the Tracer, and they have one opportunity with Wolfpack dying first again. It's not looking good here.
Yeah, Deja going down. She's falling in the to Hog there. And Keyframe going down. I think it's going to be over for VMT unless they pull off something absolutely amazing, like insanity levels. This is over right now. And so I think, that is going to be a 3-0 for TalonFire. King's Row was insanity. Just absolute insanity all around. I can't be mad about that. VMT, was able to put up a really good fight on King's Row, but at the end of the day, TalonFire was just a lot cleaner. They made less mistakes, and were able to just hold through, and so they come out with the W.
Yeah, TalonFire do come out with a W. They just were a lot more cleaner than VMT. VMT, this is definitely a match to look back on and see where you messed up. There were a lot of points where this looked winnable, and there was just a lot of problems that you could not overcome. So, rough day here for VMT, but TalonFire, very good performance today. After they ended up rallying back after that loss to Velocity Force a few days ago. So great job by VMT to be able to win it here today.
Yep, we are going to throw it to a break and come back with an interview with one of the players of TalonFire. So make sure to stay tuned in for that.
I look at people and I wonder all day, who are you and you are not the one in your way. And then I think about myself and I stay. I'm a pretty boss, look on my shit bright ways. I'm a freak in the sheets, but I got class. I'ma grab an ass if you want it. Best you ever had, give it to you mine. Ooh. Talk about quiet with a big mouth. Listen for the doubt, then call it. Make you out for what you say to me. Look at every single deed. If you got what I need, then I'll take you on like a big deal. Legs you can unseal, key in ignition. Just keep me full like I had a meal once in a while. Feel alright. I know you like it, can't fight it. I might let you ride the wave. I'm New York and you're LA. Come together, feel the shock waves.
Welcome back. We just watched a 3-0 TalonFire over VMT, and we are here with E-Girl, the Ana player for TalonFire. So congratulations on your guys' win.
Well, thank you.
So I just gotta ask, I mean, coming into this, you guys just took 4th place over VMT. Were you guys feeling really confident, or were you maybe a bit worried because the team was really close to you?
I can say that Ember came in and told us that if we won this game, we would get higher up on the ladder, and it's amazing that we won. And I can only say that everything when I went into this game together with the team, we thought our thought was that this game is gonna be drawn out to the maximum amount of rounds we can go, because we heard from Ember that this team was amazing, and what else can I say? They did good against us, and it was quite fun playing against them.
Yeah, it did end up in that 3-0. And so if you look at the score, it was pretty heavily towards your guys. I think the close map was King's Row, which, I mean, I just kind of got to ask about what went on with that last push on your guys' first attack on point C?
Yeah, I cannot say much because I was lacking out like hella on that time because I had 500 to 700 ping at one point. So I kind of lost track on what happened.
You know, that's fair enough. I was I want to tell stream like where you're playing from to have that high ping.
I'm playing from the EU since I'm Danish.
Yeah, so I mean, good job kind of giving that performance with that ping.
Well, thank you.
You know, it's definitely impressive in the time schedule you must be on.
Yeah, it's almost 5 in the morning here, so.
But yeah, so Bowsy, what are some of the questions you kind of have about this match?
Yeah, absolutely. One question I want to ask, mainly about your compositions, is about what you were running mainly on Dorado and on Kings Row. You were running a lot of Echo. Was that something that you've been trying to practice in scrims, or is that something that Dark Ember's like, nah, I can pop off on this and we'll win easy?
Let's just we barely train with Echo. I don't know why, but so we just needed something that could pull it off, and he went Echo, and he surely popped off.
Yeah,
absolutely.
definitely makes some really great hero plays there.
Yeah.
Definitely good job by Ember there.
Yeah, he did amazing.
He did do really good, I'll tell you that.
But yeah, so I know a bit about like kind of where Shadow started playing Hog. So we cast the previous match, right? They kind of just stumbled into it, and it went really, really well for you guys against Fire Nation. So I don't have too many questions about that. And then it clearly worked again. I kind of saw the same strategy here on Kings Row, and it went pretty well. It was a bit more organized, kind of based on who you're playing against. So I don't think I really have any questions there. You guys did a really good job defending on Dorado, basically holding on the spawn. You only very narrowly lost point A. So kind of what's going through your guys' head in those overtime pushes and those stall pushes, because we saw a lot of those on this matchup.
Oh, when it all went into overtime, my personal thoughts was like, oh god, this is gonna drag out, and I just want to go to bed.
Yeah, I remember you posting like, I just want to sleep after the second map.
Yeah, but of course, since I am playing on a team, I'm of course devoted to the team, and I want to do everything for my team. But when we went into overtime, we were just like, okay, we have to do this. We cannot give up. And when we started popping off, we kind of overdid ourselves at one point, and we were like, okay, we have to draw back. Come on, we cannot push forward all the time, and because if we just lose one to you, this might cost us the match.
Yeah, for sure. But Bowsy, do you have any last questions about kind of what happened during the match?
I mean, during the match, not so much, apart from one big thing. What was the reaction to almost C9ing on your overtime push? Like, how loud were the comms on a scale of 1 to 10 when you almost
So
C9'd?
let's just say that I was so close to getting there and could actually see our nice ball, but he just went straight for the health pack, and suddenly everyone just said, Shadow, what are you doing? Why did you leave the point?
Yeah,
And
because
Shadow...
there was the actual C9, but then like there was the bomb as well that took you guys
near the Diva bomb. So that's what I'm trying to talk about. So like I saw it was like 1 millisecond.
Yeah, I forgot that
C9.
Shadow had actually C9.
Yeah, Shadow did C9. He went to go for a health pack.
Yeah, the almost C9 can't really say much. We just tried to fight, and sometimes we just lost track of what happened.
Yeah. Cool. So I'm gonna kind of move into your guys' upcoming games. So you guys are going up against Hyperion on Sunday. So after this win, are you guys feeling pretty prepared for that? I mean, you had a
Not
pretty good
close at
trio
all.
show. I mean, I think you guys are looking pretty good. I mean, maybe not necessarily winning, but I think you guys are shaping up to, I mean, take a map. I mean, MSBY is apparently having a very close game against them right now. So I mean, I think if they can do it, I think you guys are in good shape to put up a fight.
Yeah, let's just say that Emma told us that we need to practice a bit before Sunday because they are gonna be a challenge, and well, if it's a challenge, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to go. I want to become better anyway, so why not? Take it
you
with a
guys are-
smile.
Good confidence right there. Good confidence.
Yeah. Up for the challenge. Don't necessarily, know if you guys are gonna win, but you're up for it. And then last week you're going up against the new team Odyssey Esports. How are you guys feeling going up against them since we don't know a whole lot about them yet?
Can you please repeat that? I kind of zoned out there.
Week 5, you guys are going up against Odyssey Esports, the new team that replaced Ignis.
Oh, that's what I heard on the stream before this. Well, if Ember has a lot of confidence in them, well, I am pretty sure that it's gonna be a fun match to play.
Yeah, so I hear you talking about Ember. Is he kind of your
He is the
ITL?
coach.
Or his coach?
Yeah, he's like a coach and the guy who gives us all the heads up, and if we need extra training with something, he's gladly there to help us.
Got it. So, is there anyone else like either on your team or on the enemy teams? You guys said they put up good fight that you kind of want to give a shout out to.
Well, I would just like to give a shout out to the whole team because they did amazing and I had a lot of fun. And thanks to them, I, for the first time, actually hit a sleep dot on a tracer.
Yeah,
I mean, we can go on a
you had
compliment.
some great sleeps coming in there.
Yeah, when you're playing here on like 500 ping, I don't want to imagine you on like normal ping when you're hitting these sleeps, because that's scary, man.
Normally my ping is like 113 around that.
Yeah. See, your girl would be too powerful in EU. That's why he has to play over here.
Yeah, exactly.
He
exactly.
had to nerf himself,
Tanking.
That is why next season I won't be on the US team. I will actually be trying to move over to the EU instead.
Yeah, I heard about some of that. It's super exciting to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun casting, guys. So, any last questions from Bowsy, and then I'll take us out.
I
Well,
don't really think I have anything else. So yeah.
Cool.
But well, have a good night then.
But yes, thank you everyone for tuning in. Make sure to continue tuning in for the Sunday matches and any rescheduled games that happen. But yeah, so appreciate you guys as always, and I hope you guys have a great night.
Bye bye.
Every time we say goodbye, they all see that it's a lie. 'Cause we always give it one last try. Yeah, you've watched me break 1,000 times. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. Now I'm all alone, 'cause you never show. You say you will, but then you don't. That's how it goes. Don't wanna know. I'm turning off my mind so I get by. I just wanna be happy, happy tonight. Happier tonight. Happier tonight. Can't be waiting for you in the morning. I'ma leave without giving a warning. I'ma leave without giving a. But every time we say goodbye, we all know that it's a lie. I just wanna be happy.